Okay, action continues here. Day 2 of the National Agricultural Field Days at Mystery Creek. This is one of the premier sites, if you want, and it's right, if you pan down there, Nick, get it right through the main doors at the main pavilion here, and it is farming in the cloud, and there's been a few clouds overhead and a wee bit of precipitation here at Mystery Creek, but we're going to talk to Ben Richmond, who's Rural Strategy Lead, about farming in the cloud. Xero, of course, Rod Drury, very much a man in the news at the moment. He's just back from Monaco.
Just back from Monaco, yeah, the World Entrepreneur of the Year Awards, so unfortunately missed out, but no, he's pretty tired, but loving great global expansion and busy working, selling the dream. So
we're going to try and get him next week on the Farming Show when you guys are doing a bit of a road tour around the country. But are we going to see him at Mystery Creek here?
Unfortunately, he's just got back in from Monaco, so he's pretty gutted not to be here. But no, he's leaving it to his rural dream team. So.
We'll talk to some of the rural dream team, Duncan, in just a tick. Hey, explain to me, or explain to the great unwashed, what farming in the cloud is all about.
Yeah, well, it's not cloud in the usual sense. So cloud's really just a buzzword for being online. So, a lot of farmers use online banking. We think about how that really changed the experience for banking. And so this is about taking farm financial management into the cloud. So Xero is your real-time, powerful accounting engine, direct feeds from the banks, direct feeds from the rural suppliers, over 100,000 customers now in New Zealand, over 2,000 farmers. And then the cloud gives us the chance, we can not be jack of all trades, master of none. We can actually create an ecosystem and partner with some of the powerful farm software that you're seeing, lots of it in field days. One of our key farming software partners is obviously the guys at Figured on Farm, and we work together to deliver a best-of-breed solution for farmers.
Will eventually everybody jump on the cloud, as it were?
That's it. There's been 3 big technological shifts. Where computers used to be the size of this stand, then they went to the desktop era, and we're now going through a massive transition to the cloud, and you've seen online banking do it, so it eventually will all get there, so embrace it. It's an exciting time to get on and change.
All right, let's talk to Duncan Anderson from Figured on Farm. You're like a fielding accountant, I'm right in saying that, aren't I, Duncan?
Well, I was born in fielding and grew up on a farm, and I became a farm accountant, yes. So
I think I can call you a fielding accountant.
Right.
Hey, how much easier is... let's go back a step. How many accountants around the country are using Xero software?
Well, Ben and I have been touring around New Zealand for the last couple of months, and we've engaged with somewhere around 120 odd accounting practices, and some of those are part of national firms, and others are local rural practices. So we've been training them, we've been introducing them to the Figured and the Xero concept and the ecosystem, and we've been engaging with them to start bringing on their clients and start using the functionality of Figured and Xero.
So who do you have to convince, the cockies or the accountants?
Well, we have to do a good job of convincing both, but the accountant, of course, is a very trusted advisor to most farming businesses, and so if we don't get them on board and we don't get their support, then we're not going to get far with the farmers themselves.
Talk to me about some of the major partners, and I'll just grab my piece of paper here. Bear with me, Nick. I mean, PGG Wrightson, they're on board from day one on this.
Yeah, Ben and his team have done a great job of forging those relationships, and I guess showing the likes of PGG Wrightson the opportunity to add value to their clients and their customers by making that whole financial processing piece really efficient and real time, because that is the power of this cloud environment.
Well, they're a huge corporate. You've also got some innovative younger smaller companies, the boys from Catalyst Fuels, for instance.
Yes, once again.
Yeah, I mean, that's the thing about the ecosystem. So all these tools that farmers use, we can now link them up and get them talking, and we're really excited to have all the major rural suppliers now on board to give feeds direct into Xero, and that's the power of the cloud. Software can now talk, we can collaborate, give more to the farmer, and as Duncan mentions, you've got farmers, you've got bankers, you've got accountants, it's an industry solution. That whole farming team can now work in the same platform. So.
Okay, the key question, Duncan, is it going to make it any cheaper for farmers to get their, basically to get all their accounts and all their management under basically in one cloud?
Well, there's that potential opportunity. We think of it as getting more for the money that you're spending. So, it's about things like securing opportunities to grow profit more quickly, to secure funding, to have that transparency of the farm profit, and also on the downside knowing where you're at, so you can make decisions to preserve profit in a tough season, and we've found that in the last couple of years as well. So it's about securing opportunities, but it's about managing risk as well.
Okay, lads, well, great to see you here at Mystery Creek. We'll catch you on your road show. I think you're down to Dunedin next week.
Yep, we'll see you down in Dunedin.